A few weeks ago, earlier this month, here at our cottage.
Need any more than I already know? No, I don't think it would change much. The things that they're going to miss is, well, everything. You know, I love my country. I always have.
So here's a question that's been eating at people for years. Was Prince Harry's fairy tale romance actually real, or was he just another name on someone's carefully planned guest list? Because here's the thing, multiple people have claimed it was planned from the beginning. And listen, this isn't just gossip anymore. Someone close to Meghan's first husband just let something slip that changes everything. They said she had a vision board, and on that vision board, Prince Harry's picture, while she was still married to someone else. Let that sink in for a second. Picture this scene.
Never been a member. I don't know if she's become a member now, but she had been working for Soho House since at least
It's late at night in Montecito. Harry can't sleep, so he's scrolling through old photos on his laptop, maybe feeling nostalgic, maybe just restless. Then one image stops him cold. Meghan's on a yacht, looking absolutely radiant in the Mediterranean sun. Beautiful shot, right? But Harry's not looking at her smile. His eyes keep going back to something in the background. A navy blue canvas bag with gold letters stamped across it. Soho House. And just like that, one simple question flips his entire world upside down. What was she doing there before we even met? Before we get into this, hit that subscribe button and smash the like, because what comes next is going to change how you see this entire story. We're talking connections that go back years.
Well, hello there, everyone. Come on in, get comfortable. I'm gonna need you to take a deep breath today.
And one name that keeps appearing everywhere. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Bell icon on, let's dive in. Listen, Harry's zooming into that logo over and over again, and his hands won't stop shaking. This wasn't some casual vacation photo. That yacht? It was part of a private members club event, the kind where you don't just show up, you get invited. And here's what hits him right in the gut. She had access to these circles before he was even in the picture.
The question that haunted Harry next was simple but devastating. How did Meghan afford all this? Soho House members...
Everything he believed about their chance meeting starts cracking apart like thin ice. He can't look away from that bag. That simple canvas tote with the gold Soho House logo sitting in the corner of the frame. Because if she was on that yacht at that event, then she was already moving in the exact same world he thought he'd introduced her to. So he opens more files. Barcelona rooftops with the same crowd, Istanbul gatherings with businessmen in $1,000 suits, charity galas where everyone's dressed like they stepped off a runway, same high-end venues.
We're being brainwashed by these Hollywood people who think this is the way to make money and, in the end, destroy our monarchy to make their fortune.
Almost overnight.
Same people wearing watches that cost more than cars. And get this, the timelines match up with his own travels from years back. Not identical dates, but close enough to be impossible to ignore. She was there, in those spaces, meeting those people. And somehow, nobody mentioned it when they told the story of their blind date. But there's something else. One name keeps showing up in these photos, Marcus Anderson. You've probably never heard of him, and honestly, that's exactly how he likes it. The guy operates in shadows, always in the background, never drawing attention.
Britain has entered a period of uneasy waiting. Officially, the palace insists that the king is responding well to treatment.
This guy's always charming, always impeccably dressed, never looks out of place. Black tie event in London, he's there. Casual rooftop party in Toronto, he's there too. His official title? Executive at Soho House, Toronto. But here's the thing, that's not really what he does. Marcus decides who gets access to the world's most exclusive rooms. And I'm not talking about some bouncer checking IDs. We're talking about the architect of social circles. The person who makes sure the right people end up in the same room at the right time. The guy who can take someone from relative nobody to sitting next to billionaires at dinner.
Played against them. They'd been at matches he'd attended. And here was Meghan, 2 years before their blind date, already in bed.
People who know him don't call him a party planner. They call him the fixer who makes sure the right people meet. That's literally his job. He's the bridge between worlds, between Hollywood and British aristocracy, between old money and new fame, between actresses on cable TV shows and princes. He's not throwing events for fun. He's curating futures, building careers one introduction at a time, opening doors that most people don't even know exist. Want to meet that producer? Marcus knows him.
Because I believe Jessica Mulroney was a member, along with her husband, of Soho House, not Meghan.
Society insiders described his circle as a finishing
Need an introduction to that designer? Marcus went to their show, looking to break into British high society. Marcus knows someone who knows someone. And here's what's really wild. He's been doing this for years. Long before anyone outside Toronto knew who Meghan was. Long before Harry was thinking about settling down. Marcus was building networks, creating connections, positioning people where opportunities could happen. One person who watched this unfold put it perfectly. Fairy tales don't come with receipts. But this one, it's starting to look like every receipt has the same signature on it.
We know that Meghan Markle did plan this, but what is new in terms of Meghan Kelly's revelation is that it is
and that signature belongs to Marcus Anderson. Harry's sitting there in the dark, laptop glowing, and suddenly everything looks different. Every moment that felt spontaneous, every connection that seemed like coincidence. He's wondering now how much of it was real and how long has this been going on. May 2025, a media personality drops an absolute bombshell, and it comes from someone connected to Trevor Engelson. That's Meghan's first husband, the one most people forgot about. The claim, Meghan had a vision board, and on that vision board sat a photo of Prince Harry.
Prince Harry, a man who gave up everything, sitting alone in that soulless Montecito mansion. His phone in his hand.
Not after they met. Not during some whirlwind romance. While she was still married to husband number one. Get this, it wasn't just any royal on that board. Not William, not some generic I want to marry a prince fantasy collage. Specifically Harry. His face, his name, like she'd already picked him out of a catalog. Now, here's a detail that suddenly clicks into place. Their first meeting, the one everyone calls magical and unexpected. She wore Diana's favorite perfume. Think about that for a second. How would you even know what Diana's
IRS investigation will be slow, methodical, and brutal. This could be the end of everything they have tried to build.
favorite perfume was unless you'd done your homework? Unless you'd studied not just Harry, but his whole world, his history, what would make him feel something? Let's rewind to Toronto for a minute. We're talking about the Soho House grand opening there. The founding members' exclusive party. Picture the scene, champagne flowing, Toronto's who's who, the kind of event where connections get made that change lives. Now ask yourself this, would a mid-tier TV actress from a cable show normally be on that guest list?
Sort of imply that just because she was in Suits, that was how she met Marcus Anderson in Canada. It continues.
Probably not on her own anyway. Enter Corey Vitiello, successful chef, her boyfriend at the time, well-connected in Toronto's food and social scene, and through Corey, suddenly she's got access to Marcus's world, the dinner parties, the exclusive gatherings, the rooms where the right people are always talking to the right people at the right time. It's like he handed her a key to doors she couldn't have opened alone. As Suits started gaining traction, as the show got more popular in Canada, her social standing grew with it. She wasn't just the actress from that legal show anymore.
Oh, hello there. Come on in, settle down. I've just put the kettle on, and you are going to need a...
She was becoming someone people recognized. Someone worth knowing, someone worth inviting. But here's what people who watch this whole thing unfold keep saying. Marcus became vital to her future. Not her friend, not her party buddy, vital. Like without him, the path she was walking wouldn't have existed. He wasn't just in her life, he was building it. And the timing of all this, it's lining up in ways that are hard to ignore. Because while she's climbing the Toronto social ladder, while she's getting comfortable in rooms full of people who vacation in the Hamptons, and winter in Switzerland.
House International. To the public, it was an exclusive club where celebrities escaped cameras and executives closed quiet deals. But inside London,
there's this British prince across the ocean who frequents the exact same club, knows the exact same people, moves through the exact same circles. Harry's starting to see the pattern now, and he can't unsee it. So Harry starts doing what anyone would do when they can't sleep and their mind won't shut up. He starts laying everything out, photos spread across his desk, his laptop open with multiple tabs, old social media screenshots, event photos from years back. And he's just sitting there trying to make sense of what he's seeing. Same locations keep popping up. She's at an event in 2014.
Oh my God, please forgive me. I have no idea idea how I missed this, but I just saw that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan,
He's at a connected venue in 2015. Different years, but the same circles, the same faces in the background, the same venues, hosting the same type of people. It's like watching two parallel lines that were always meant to intersect. You just didn't know it yet. And here's where it gets interesting. People online started noticing this stuff before the mainstream media even picked up on it. Regular people scrolling through old photos, screenshots from deleted Instagram posts, public event photos from years ago.
But I really don't think she would be in the position she's in without Marcus Anderson.
Fairy tales don't come with receipts.
They're mapping out appearances, creating timelines, connecting dots that maybe weren't supposed to be connected. One post that went viral captured it perfectly. She wasn't stumbling into his world. She was rehearsing for it. And honestly, once you see it that way, you can't unsee it. But back to Harry. His friends start noticing something's off. He's distant, distracted, spending way too much time alone. Those late nights turn into a pattern. He's locking himself in his home office for hours. Staff members walk by and hear nothing but silence. Just the glow of his laptop screen showing under the door.
They told us Meghan Markle's story was a fairy tale. A Hollywood actress who found love with a prince, broke royal rules.
And when someone finally gets a glimpse inside, the walls are covered, printed photos everywhere, red strings connecting faces to dates to locations. It looks like something out of a movie, but this is real life. This is a man trying to piece together his own story and realizing it might not be the story he thought he was living. He starts asking questions. Casual at first, then more specific. Who did she meet in Los Angeles before 2016? Who introduced her to people in London? Who was at that charity event in 2015? And here's the wild part.
Oh look, it's another episode of the Papwalk Chronicles, Sussex edition, starring Meghan Markle and her handbag Harry.
Every single trail, every single connection, every answer he gets, it all leads back to the same name, Marcus Anderson. Then Harry remembers something, an old voicemail from his brother William. One of those messages you save but never really want to listen to again because of how the conversation ended. He plays it back now, and it hits completely different. Turns out palace security had flagged Marcus years ago. Not for anything criminal or dramatic, just flagged him as someone to be aware of. They called him a strategic positioner.
Oh, hello there. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable. I've just put the kettle on, and frankly, after...
Someone who places people in the right rooms at the right times. Someone who builds careers through connections. William had tried to warn him, urged him to be careful, to take things slow, to really think about who was in Meghan's circle. And Harry, he dismissed it, called it jealousy, said William didn't understand, told him to back off and let him live his life. The usual stuff brothers fight about when one thinks he knows better. But now, sitting in that dark office, listening to that voicemail again with everything he's learned, everything he's seen.
Results, according to those familiar with the case, are irrefutable. There is no ambiguity, no escape.
William's warning doesn't sound like jealousy anymore. It sounds like someone who saw something coming and tried to stop it. And that realization, that's the one that really keeps Harry up at night. So now Harry's got another question bouncing around in his head. And this one's about money. How did she afford all of this? Because let's be real, the lifestyle she was living before they met doesn't match up with what she was making. Suits was a solid show. Cable TV, decent ratings, and she had a recurring role that eventually became main cast. That's respectable work. But here's the thing. It's not...
The door had been opened a crack. A hand had been extended. A cup of tea had been offered. And what does...
Fly around the world staying at luxury hotels. Money. It's not private club memberships and designer everything money. It's comfortable, sure, but it's not that. And Harry's doing the math now because someone else did it first and posted it online. A Soho house membership? That's over £1,500 a year. That's just to get in the door. Then you've got the international travel. Toronto to London, London to Barcelona, quick trips to Istanbul. We're not talking budget airlines and hostels here. We're talking about the kind of travel where you land and there's a car waiting.
It began, as these things often do, with a photograph. The house in Montecito was quiet that evening.
Then there's the wardrobe. Not just nice clothes, but designer pieces. The kind of stuff you see on red carpets, the kind of bags that have waiting lists, the kind of shoes that cost what most people spend on rent. And she's showing up to events looking like she just stepped out of a fashion magazine every single time. Someone actually broke it all down. Membership fees, travel costs, wardrobe, the whole package. They estimated the lifestyle she was maintaining was running around $80,000 a year, minimum. And that's being conservative. When you really add it all up, it's probably more.
So we've got Prince Harry at the top of the tree. That's what I want you to imagine. And then we've got Meghan Markle needing to build brand.
Her salary from Suits. It wasn't covering that, not even close. So where was the money coming from? That's what Harry wants to know. And that's when someone from Toronto, someone who was around back then and saw how things worked, drops another detail. Those Soho House memberships, they were comped. She wasn't paying for them. Corporate accounts were covering it. And guess who managed those accounts? Marcus Anderson. Now here's the thing. This wasn't some generous friend doing a favor. This wasn't, hey, come hang out at the club on me, casual stuff. People who understand how this world works.
According to a tabloid source, Harry has confided to friends that while he is pushing for a royal reconciliation, he feels he can't.
They're calling it what it really was, an investment. You don't comp memberships worth thousands of dollars out of the goodness of your heart. You do it because you see potential, because you're positioning someone, because you're building something. There's this caption that started circulating online that pretty much sums it up. You don't climb that fast without someone holding the ladder steady. And when Harry reads that, something clicks, because that's exactly what he's seeing. Someone was holding the ladder, someone was funding the climb, someone was making sure she had access to the right rooms, the right clothes, the right...
Thank you for being here tonight in support of Project Healthy Minds, our partners at Electoral Foundation.
lifestyle to fit in with people who wouldn't normally give a cable TV actress a second glance. And that someone had a name, connections, and apparently the budget to make it all happen. Harry's realizing now that what looked like her making it on her own might have been something else entirely. Someone was investing in her future. The question he can't shake is, what kind of return were they expecting? It's another one of those nights where Harry can't turn his brain off, so he does something he hasn't done in a while. He pulls out the wedding records, guest lists, seating charts.
Meghan Markle's story was a fairy tale. A Hollywood actress who found love with a prince, broke royal rules, and built a new life.
All the stuff that got carefully planned and coordinated for what was supposed to be the happiest day of his life. 200 guests on Meghan's side. That's a lot of people, family, friends, colleagues, people she'd known for years. He starts going through the names, not really sure what he's looking for, just looking. Maybe trying to remember faces, remember conversations from that day. Then he grabs a highlighter, starts marking names. Anyone with a connection to Soho House, just out of curiosity, really. How many people from that world did she invite?
3 weeks after the yacht photos shattered his world, Harry was still obsessing over them. But this time, something...
He highlights one name, then another, and he keeps going. The highlighter's getting a workout now, his hands moving faster because he's starting to see something he wasn't expecting. When he's done, he just sits there staring at the page. More than 60 guests, 60 people out of her 200 who have direct ties to Soho House, executives from the company, founding members, long-time members, people who've been part of that network for years, all of them sitting comfortably among what was supposed to be family and close friends. Harry's stomach drops because his wedding, the day he thought was about two people committing their lives to each other.
Oh look, it's another episode of the Papwalk Chronicles, Sussex edition, starring Meghan Markle and her handbag Harry.
Is starting to look like something else. It's looking like a networking event, like a summit where everyone who had been building something for years finally got to celebrate in public. He pulls up photos from the reception. There's Marcus Anderson right there in multiple shots, raising a toast, laughing with a group of people, looking completely at home, and the people around him, they're not random wedding guests. They're industry figures, people with influence, people who've known Meghan since way before Harry was in the picture. Someone online said it perfectly, and Harry saw the comment weeks ago, but
Meghan Markle won't let Prince Harry speak. On more than one occasion, she has been...
It didn't hit him then like it does now. It wasn't a wedding. It was the graduation ceremony, and sitting there looking at these lists, these photos, that's exactly what it feels like. Like he'd been watching everyone celebrate an achievement he didn't even know was happening. The fairy tale he'd believed in, the love story he'd told himself about finding someone who got him, who loved him for who he really was and not what he represented. It's feeling less like destiny and more like the final step in a very long, very carefully planned journey. And the really brutal part?
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's wedding appeared to be a flawless fairy tale. According to one royal insider, apparently Meghan did—
He's realizing he might have been the destination all along, not the person who chose it. Every face in those photos, every name on that list, they're all connected. They're all part of the same world that Marcus built and maintained. The world that gave her access, gave her the lifestyle, gave her the connections, and now they're all here at Windsor Castle watching it pay off. Harry closes the laptop, sits in the dark, and wonders how many other things he missed while he was busy falling in love. Days of silence. Harry walking around like a ghost, Meghan pretending everything's normal.
To be executed under the cover of the family's evening of private grief. Do it tonight. Cut their throats while they are
both avoiding the conversation they know is coming. But you can only avoid something for so long. They're in the kitchen, not the formal dining room, the kitchen, where normal people have normal conversations. Except there's nothing normal about what Harry's about to ask. Are you still in contact with Marcus Anderson? The question hangs in the air. Meghan freezes. Mid-movement, whatever she was doing just stops. The warmth in her face drains away like someone pulled a plug. He's my friend, she says, flat, measured. Of course I talk to him occasionally.
So in New York, the man beside her wasn't angry. He was empty. The sparkle in his eyes, gone. Because that fight—
And here's what breaks Harry's heart. It's not what she said, it's how she said it. Cold, distant, like she's reading from a script she knew was coming. The silence that follows fills every corner of the room. Harry's just standing there and something inside him is dying because he knows, not from her words, but from everything she didn't say, from the tone, from the way she won't meet his eyes. People online called it the Montecito standoff. One viral post captured it. When she won't deny it, that's your answer.
They don't turn their safety into a reality TV plotline. They understand that their security is a serious matter.
And man, that hits different when you're standing in that kitchen. Everything changes after that night. Staff notice Harry's different. He's asking about her schedule, who's she meeting, what events, what names. It's not casual curiosity anymore. Then there's her phone, apps he doesn't recognize, encrypted messaging, the kind where conversations disappear. When he asks, she gets defensive, says he's paranoid, turns it around on him like he's the problem. She calls it paranoia. Harry calls it pattern recognition. Because those same names keep showing up. People from Toronto from Soho house parties 10 years ago.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are not entitled to security, despite the stalker scare. It doesn't matter who the person was.
They're all still in her orbit. Hollywood meetings now, brand deals, new business. That world never left, it just changed location. His friends describe him as haunted. He keeps saying, the shadow in the room. He's talking about Marcus. In Harry's mind, every connection traces back to that one person. And living like this? Impossible. She's changing moods constantly. Happy one minute, cold the next. He's trying to make it work, but it's exhausting when you never know which version you're getting. When yesterday's fine is today's problem.
The culinary world thrives on passion, creativity, and above all, authenticity. When a dish is—
Harry's vulnerable, he always has been, and the brutal truth he's facing is that maybe someone saw that vulnerability and took 100% advantage of it. The worst part isn't the anger or betrayal, it's the doubt. Because now he doesn't know what was real. Were there real moments, real feelings, or was every I love you just playing a role? And how do you come back from that kind of doubt once it's in your head? Word travels fast in Hollywood. When things start looking messy, when public perception shifts, people in the industry notice. They have to. It's business.
With Love, Meghan has generated heated controversy since its announcement. The show, intended as a fusion—
So the whispers start, quiet at first. Brand challenges. That's the polite way of saying someone's becoming difficult to work with. Someone's image is shifting in ways that might affect the bottom line. And in Hollywood, image is everything. Studios start paying closer attention, monitoring what people are saying online, watching how the public's reacting, because partnerships are only valuable if the audience still cares in the right way. If the narrative goes sideways, that changes the math real quick. Even the big partnerships that seemed solid months ago are reportedly getting cautious.
Stop the presses, Meghan Markle has done it again. This time from inside a kitchen decked out with a £15,000 cooker, 600...
Taking longer to make decisions. Nobody wants to say it out loud, but the energy's different. The enthusiasm that was there before is cooling off. Royal commentators are drawing parallels to history, because this isn't the first time a prince has been in a situation where things aren't what they seemed. History's full of stories about people who were positioned, placed, helped getting to where they ended up. One commentator put it in a way that probably stings. William's warning wasn't jealousy. It was foresight. And that's the part that probably keeps Harry up, because his brother saw something.
Harry wasn't looking for trouble. He was looking for truth. Dozens of old photos spread across his desk. Tabloids, archived Instagram shots, fragments from Meghan's year.
Tried to tell him, and Harry shut him down hard. Accused him of being envious, of trying to ruin his happiness. What if William was just trying to protect him? What if that whole fight between brothers could have been avoided if Harry had just listened? The public's completely divided. Half see a man waking up to uncomfortable truths, someone who believed in love and is realizing the foundation was shakier than he thought. They feel bad for him, see him as someone who got played. The other half thinks he's spiraling, being paranoid, taking coincidences and turning them into conspiracies because...
And then they just go on in this article saying that Meghan was pictured arriving at New York City's Soho house. So was she...
He can't handle the pressure. They see someone destroying something good because he can't get out of his own head. But here's what nobody's arguing about: the cost. Whatever the truth is, Harry's paying for it. The isolation, the suspicion, the constant second guessing of every memory, every moment. That's not something you just shake off. He's stuck in this place where he can't trust what he remembers. Was that laugh genuine or performed? Was that connection real or strategic? When she said she loved him, did she mean it, or was she just saying what needed to be said? And the worst part? He might never know for sure.
Comb, and I suspect what they find will be absolutely explosive. Can you just imagine the panic in that?
Because even if there's some big conversation where everything gets laid out, how does he trust the answers? Once doubt gets in this deep, it doesn't just go away. The life he thought he was building, the future he thought he was creating, all of it feels uncertain now. And uncertainty, when you're living it every day, is exhausting in ways people on the outside can't really understand. So here we are. In those quiet halls of their Montecito home, the prince who once dreamed of the perfect fairy tale now paces alone at night. He's trapped somewhere between what he believed and what he's discovered.
But I really don't think she would be in the position she's in without Marcus Anderson.
Fairy tales don't come with receipts.
But Meghan...
And the question that won't leave him alone is simple but brutal. Was I ever the goal, or was I just the best connection someone could make? Marcus Anderson's role in all of this. Still undefined, still sitting in shadows. Does he still pick up when she calls? Does he still have that influence, that access, that ability to open doors? Nobody's really saying, and maybe that's the point. Maybe some things are designed to stay unclear. Here's what we know for sure. In the world of exclusive clubs and strategic networking, love stories don't always get written with romance.
Meghan Markle's back at it again, gracing our screens with her new Netflix series, With Love, Meghan.
Sometimes they're drafted with access lists, carefully planned introductions, and people who know exactly which doors to open and when. The real truth about what happened, about how much was genuine and how much was calculated, we might never fully know. But one thing's absolutely certain. This story isn't over. It's sitting there waiting for its next chapter, waiting for someone to say something they shouldn't, waiting for the next photo to surface, the next detail to come out, the next person to decide they're done keeping quiet. And somewhere out there, the key players know exactly what really happened.
Scandals, secrets, and a celebrity ex-boyfriend speaking out? Just when we thought Meghan Markle had enough...
They know which conversations happened in private. They know who said what to whom and when. They know which introductions were accidents and which ones were anything but. Whether they'll ever tell it, that's a whole different question. because some secrets are worth more when they stay secrets. At the end of the day, maybe the greatest skill in this whole game isn't falling in love. Maybe it's making it look completely, perfectly, undeniably accidental. And if that's true, then someone out there deserves an award for one hell of a performance. The question is, who was performing and who was watching the show?
Meghan Markle just got humbled in a way no one saw coming. At the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit in Washington,
So what do you think? Was this whole thing planned from the beginning, or are we all just connecting dots that don't really connect? Drop a comment and let me know where you stand on this. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think because the internet's split down the middle on this one. And listen, if this story got you hooked, you need to hit that subscribe button right now because there's so much more to uncover. We're just scratching the surface here. There are more names, more connections, more details that people are still talking about. And trust me, the next chapter of this story, it's gonna be wild. Smash that like button if you made it this far. Seriously, it helps more than you know. And turn on notifications because when the next piece of this puzzle drops, you're gonna wanna be here for it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.